Hey there Seekers, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot and to your weekly tarot reading. First of all, thank you so much for all your well wishes. I was very under the weather for a couple of weeks but feeling much better now. So I have finally gotten onto the March monthly readings. I do apologise that they're a bit late, but I will pop the playlist up here for you guys to check them out, and they should be all up by the end of the week. So guys, before we go to your reading, just to let you know that you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and on TikTok. All the links are down below, including the link to my website should you want to arrange a personal reading with me. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe before you leave, guys. It helps me so much and it helps the videos go further in an algorithm that's just really not that supportive of small content creators. So if you want to keep the tarot readings coming, please do that. But anyway, for now, let's go to your weekly tarot reading. Hi there Virgo, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot and to your weekly tarot reading from March 22nd through to the 28th. Virgo, let's check out what just may be on the cards for you. And I'm getting started here with my fave oracle, Work Your Light. We'll then go to my fave tarot deck, which is the Moonchild Tarot from Danielle Noel Art. And I'll be using the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck and the Starchild Tarot Akashic for your tarot positions. Okay, got the first one out. Let's grab one more of these. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, you probably saw this flip over, guys. Yeah, I mean, this is called Crumbling, this card. It's a little bit like the Tower energy. It asks you to assess what you're clinging onto. So it's kind of like a pre-tower. Is there something that you need to remove from your life? Is there an experience that is not in alignment with you at the moment? Can we begin to step away from that before we get to the tower moments, before things come down, before things maybe implode in a way? Because there's a sense in this card that it is blocking you getting to maybe a greater sense of fulfillment, abundance, whatever that kind of heaven on earth represents for you. Happiness, joy, living a life where you're in the divine ease, grace and flow. So that's the crumbling, guys. It's time to reassess and maybe break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Yeah, maybe there is a pattern that you've been playing out. For example, the way you love in relationships, maybe attracting the same kind of partners, maybe sabotaging opportunities in work. You know, it can be many different things, patterns that are passed down, you know, to us about how we feel about ourselves, how we see the world. Is there something there that we need to release and then heal? Because that is when we get to rewrite our future, right? In that space, we can recreate ourselves. We can go through a rebirth. We can break that chain. You know, one of the classic examples is a money story that has passed through our family. You know, we might have listened to our parents say, money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, money is the root of all evil, that sort of thing. And that can create a real fear of money. You know, believing that it's not a positive thing or that we can't be abundant. And if we're running that script and we believe and feel that, there's no way that we're going to attract abundance in this life. And if we do, it will leave us as soon as it came to us. You know, it'll flow out because we don't feel deserving of that. We're not on the right vibration. We're not on the right vibration to hold it. We could say the same, replace money with loving partner, with wonderful job. If we're not vibrating at that level, we either won't attract it, or when we do, we'll create a circumstance for it to leave our lives. Three of Swords. And then we get to experience the hurt. We get to validate our story, that we were going to lose it anyway and that we deserve to be in sorrow and grief, grieving for what we've lost. So the Three of Swords can be the heartbreak card, feeling into the pain, but it's a very creative energy because it is a 3. So it says that out of that pain, maybe the pain of letting something go, we can create the new. I also had the Page of Swords jump out at the same time, and what I like about this is that it is about change in its very initial stages. the winds of change. And you can see here that this person has the Ace of Swords here, and it's kind of pointing to the sword and the third eye. There could be a real download or insight or breakthrough that you get this week, maybe about a pattern that you've been holding, that you can start to bring down, that's really going to shift and change your circumstances. Because if you think about the magician, right, the magician's work is cultivating within you that high vibration, that state of resonance, so that you'll put that energy out there into the world and attract a vibrational match. Like the process of manifestation, it's not enough just to go, I want lots of money. If we're not vibrating on the frequency of lots of money, we won't get it. And we have to feel it now. We have to believe and feel what it's like to have lots of money now in order to draw that in. That's just one thing, guys. I'm just focusing on money because it's a theme I see a lot, and a lot of people, always say that they don't have enough of that resource. So I think all of us can relate to that in some way. But like I said, we can replace that with love, money, all those things. It's actually the same current, guys. It's the same current. It's our life force energy, and once we start to unblock that and run that current, we shift our lives. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent there, but Virgo, let's go to the tarot story. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups in the recent past. So that's a high vibe energy there. We'll see what it clarifies. It's literally turning over in my hands. I've got the Strength card, Leo number 8 in the Major Arcana, and the 6 of Pentacles. Yes, that can be that real tables turning energy, where we're going from being that kind of beggar of life to stepping in and taking control again, leading the charge. Outcome. Here goes your completion. So you do have 2 10s. And here you are, Virgo, the Hermit, number 9 in the Major Arcana. That is your card. Let's grab the clarifiers. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Kind of had the feeling that wasn't the happy ever after version, but that can be on offer for you. For Lovers, number 6 again, 10 of Pentacles. So you've got 3 10s, and generally 10 in the tarot, guys, is completion energy, ending. It's the chain being broken. Eight of Swords. Ace of Cups. That's what I was waiting for. The vibrational change and the transformation. Yeah, okay. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. That's Sagittarius energy, and that's the energy of moving forward. But what I'm feeling here, just when looking at the cards, is that this is definitely around home and family, right? And it's about getting that balance back. Home and family, potentially it does link to money with 10 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles here. Actually, let's just grab one more for that 10 of Cups. There's a sense of really needing to kind of defend in the home environment. All right, 2 of Swords. Okay, so in the recent past here, I've got the 2 of Swords, 7 of Wands, and 10 of Cups. So we're dealing in the realm of relationships, family, home, fulfillment, happiness with the 10 of Cups, right? It comes in with the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands for me is the energy of going against your universal current or flow. It's kind of like that feeling of pushing uphill, carrying the stress, the strain, the burden, things becoming a bit of a struggle. And because of that, you are questioning this path. And maybe you're wanting to shift it, to go in another direction, to turn the tables, because the 7 of Wands is an energy of competition and challenge, feeling like we're always having to protect, to defend, we're in fight, flight, fight, or freeze. You know, there's always something coming at us. So it could be that we're in an argumentative relationship, or, you know, something's just feeling very off balance here. Or maybe it is because we're kind of running patterns from the past. Like, for example, it could be in a relationship where there is maybe, you know, one narcissist and one sensitive. That's a very common pattern that would make us feel like that. I'm not saying that that is the case, but yeah, either way, there is real challenge on the home front. I mean, it could just be that the place that you're in or the location isn't right, but there's a sense that something's not right there and something's really challenging you. And because of that, that Two of Swords is coming into play. We were like, okay, well, I'm weighing up my options now. Maybe you're just not getting your needs met. There's unhappiness here, and it's really time to consider going a different way. The thing about the Two of Swords is that it is a crossroads or decision-making card, but it asks you to not let your emotions cloud or blind you in your decision making. And so many of us, when it comes to home and relationships, do that because there is love there. Even if somebody hurts us, you know, it could be parents even. It doesn't have to be with a partner. It could be with parents. Even though they might hurt us, we love them. So we let them away with a lot. So it really asks us to put the emotions to the side and look at the truths in the situation. You know, what is actually happening here? What are the facts? What do we actually know? What is the truth and the information available? And then also, what is our intuition telling us to do? What does your inner guidance system tell you to do, Virgo? Because you are the hermit. You are the spiritual intuitive of the tarot deck. You can trust your inner wisdom. So in your current or focus energy, we have 4 cards. Strength, it's Leo energy. 6 of Pentacles, the Lovers, Gemini, and the Major Arcana, and the 10 of Pentacles. So you're being asked to have the strength and courage to make a big choice here. And that choice is some kind of completion or transition. The Lovers can indicate that this is to do with a soul partnership. Doesn't have to be, but generally it will involve close people, close connections, close partnerships, close relationships. And it is also a card of choice, the Lovers. So the choices are normally around matters of the heart, and we're asked to choose wisely because generally there will be a party that will get hurt or that we have to let down in some way. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here, and that's why you've got that Two of Swords energy. We were weighing it up and the emotions have been swaying us and that kind of thing. Well, we're asked to make a decision, have the strength and courage to make that decision from the truth. We're going to need to keep that ego mind under control because that's going to come up and try and establish safety. It's going to come up and say, oh, no, there's nothing wrong. We don't need to do this. We don't need to end anything. Let's just keep going. Because the ego doesn't want to be challenged. It doesn't want upheaval. It wants to keep you in your kind of like safety sort of, you know, insulation. But what that does is that it actually stops us from hearing our higher self that is trying to guide us onto our best path so that we can unlock our infinite potential. So we need to tame that beast under control so we can hear the true wisdom coming through, the true source connection and the insight that's trying to lead you. Yeah, 3 of Swords, there's going to be hurts here if we do break a chain, break a cycle, make a big change. But there is a real indication here that it's going to turn the tables for you. And I am feeling increase in finances. So for example, you could have been in a family situation with somebody who's running a big debt problem. And we're really wanting to bring some pretty drastic change to that, to turn those tables. That's one kind of meaning here. It doesn't mean to say that you're going to leave that person, but there's going to be some drastic kind of intervention. The 6 of Pentacles really is that feeling of not getting what we deserve and our karmic scales being out of balance. So once we make this choice, whatever that choice is for you, it's going to bring things back into balance. Number 6 really is the number of balance and harmony, you know, joy, love, all those kinds of things. And we've got two of that number in this position, so it's quite a big theme here. 10 of Pentacles, again, 10, completion on the home front. But also it says to me that once we bring this into balance, whatever it is, we make the right choice to transition in the right way, we can get to the Ten of Pentacles in time in our next move, which is a real card of family and secure home and abundance. So it's kind of saying that we're working towards that with the decisions that we make in this present moment. So in the outcome, I've got the Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, beautiful, and the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is the completion or the release, releasing the weight, the stress, the burden that you've been carrying over this situation. Maybe you've been really carrying the weight. You know, maybe you're the one that's had to really come to the party with extra money, work longer hours to keep things floating, and it's really weighed heavily, maybe even burnt you out, stopped you seeing new options for your life and being able to work on your self-care, self-love and transformation. And it's caused you great stress, right? The Eight of Swords is that energy of building a mental prison for yourself. I just can't see out of the situation. I'm stuck in the overwhelm of the mind. Going back to that Strength card, we're asked to bring that under control. Because when we stay in the mind and the thoughts and let that run away with us, that's when we shut down our intuitive centers. Yeah, I mean, we want to allow the mind to help us bring down true insight and information, but not allow it to run away with us. So that's the Eight of Swords. We need to stay out of that stress. But there's a real sense that if you can bring completion to this situation, that there is going to be a real transformation here. Together, these cards do say to me some kind of greater spiritual awakening. And when we've gone through a hard time, we've overcome a big obstacle, that is often what we go through, what we experience. But either way, this is about finding the path forward, finding new direction and transforming your life. There may be a period where you're flying solo. You're actually out on your own. You're having some time away from this family unit, this situation. And you might feel a little bit lost and in the dark. But the more you seek and trust that inner wisdom, Virgo, and heal and just process the hurts and pains of whatever it is, this chain that you've broken, that star energy burns brighter in that lantern and it begins to illuminate the way forward. And that way forward is going to lead you to a greater sense of personal empowerment, self-love, attracting love, attracting the highest vibration is the energy of transformation. It's a beautiful energy, the Ace of Cups. So it's all heading in the right direction here. We've got some big decisions to make. It's a general reading, guys, so you'll know what it is for your situation, but you can see the general theme here. So I am going to leave it there, Virgo, and I really do wish you all the best with it if this is your reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective though, so it may or may not be your story. Drop me a comment if you're cool to share. I do read them all and try my best to respond and interact with you all over there. Helps me get to know you guys, connect with your energy and see what's happening out there in the collective. Virgo, it's been a pleasure to read your cards and I'll see you back here for another one next week. Bye for now.